Hey guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. I hope everybody had a good week this past week. My week was definitely unexpected but restful. Unexpectedly restful, I guess. I'll get into it a little bit later, at least touch it a little bit. But anyway, starting off, this washi tape that I put down is some that I got from Chirps and Cheers, which is a small stationery shop in Oklahoma City. I love it. Me and my husband go pretty much every time that we go to OKC. The little plastic clear container that you see briefly in the beginning was a container that I got from a small craft thrift store called The Trove in Oklahoma City. It was like $1. It was fantastic. And I just like putting a couple of washies in there that I don't generally think of when I'm thinking of like a planner spread, so that hopefully I'll encourage myself to use them. It definitely helped me out with this week because I really like the way that pink washi tape worked out. Because in case you haven't picked up on it, this week's theme is definitely coffee shop. So it is the first full week of June, and I decided I did all sorts of color last month, right? Because rainbow, you got to in June, right? So I kind of wanted to dial it back, and truthfully, it's getting to that point for me in the summer where I'm like, I would love it if it was just fall already. But obviously we have quite a few more months to go, but definitely hoping that fall comes early this year. This little book that I got, it's called The Little Coffee Memories. I actually got it off of AliExpress. It's not bad, but it's definitely AI generated. So depending on how you feel about that, for me, it's neither here nor there, other than some of the stuff, like the hot dog with flowers, for instance, makes absolutely no sense to me why it would be in a coffee book. But anyway, here we are. Yeah. Anyway, so it's got some weird stuff in it, but it's also got some super cute stuff. So I enjoy it. It was cheap. I have no regrets with it. It lives up to what I thought it would be, which is a cheap book of stickers. Anyway, that important sticker that I put on is from my Happy Planner Workday booklet. And so is this little green. So I decided I didn't want to fully commit to brown, and so I pulled in some greens and pinks. I got the green kind of stretched a little bit, but that little plant that's on that bottom right, that's on that little table in the coffee shop, that's where I was like, I could do green. And then the pink, of course, came from just the washi tape. So that's what I did. My main color that I used in my planner, fountain pen ink wise, is Papier Plumes maroon, which I have in my Twisby Espresso bronze, and I'm not sure what's going on. Hopefully it's not blurry to y'all, but this, okay, there we go. It looked like it cleared up a bit. I apologize if there's a little bit of blurriness, but you're not missing much. I just had a few important tasks, and they were all work related. Spoiler alert, they did not they did not get done. So yeah, is what it is. Anyway, my YouTube tasks, on the other hand, I was a good individual, and I got them done. So I tried this new little thing initially, and the little booklet that I was using had these extra long, like, little space bars, and it actually matched up with my working hours. However, there were only two, and so I was like, I can't do that. And so I actually go back in and I wind up taking them off and then just using a brown Tombow to mark in my work. Like I said, this week was unintentionally restful, mainly because luckily not on our end, thankfully, but on other people's ends, our access to be able to do our job and stuff like that was allowed to lapse. And so basically, we couldn't do anything. And so, yeah, we couldn't really do any work this week. So I went in Monday, I went in Tuesday, and then come Wednesday, they were actually like, you can't be here. And so I wound up getting like the whole last half of the week off, which actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because I got a lot more rest. So I get up around 4 or 5 in the morning generally for work, and I cannot. I'm naturally a night owl, and I've been just staying up later and later and later and all of that. So I hadn't gotten a whole lot of good sleep, and so it was actually nice to catch up on some sleep this week. This is where I'd taken those off and decided to go with that Tombow. I actually was surprised by this color of Tombow and how well it went with this whole thing. I really enjoyed it. And what it brought to the spread, it definitely, I feel like, would have been more of a punch had I gone to work more this week. But that's okay. I still enjoyed it for when I got to use it. Tuesday was nice, because I think I got coffee with my husband, ? Actually, I'm not 100%. Yeah. Oh, I had lunch. That's right. So me and my husband, we went to this place called Junction that we'd been wanting to try. And since work was being a little squirrely that day, I just met him for lunch, and then I took a nap, and then I had a phone call with my supervisor about the whole issue that still wasn't getting resolved. So yeah, and of course I wanted to put a heart there, and it was not in a good ink color, and so I had to get out my handy dandy Hongdian N8 that has Diamine Burgundy Royale in it, because it was more of a heart color, if you will. It's more of that, well, burgundy, as the name suggests. So yeah, that was my Monday and Tuesday, for the most part. I actually think I was filming this on Tuesday. Yeah, this was all happening on Tuesday because I just didn't feel like planning a whole lot on Monday. So I think I got caught up knitting or something, and so, which is fine. I don't put any pressure on myself to play in my planner every day, because I want to make sure that it's a joy for me and not anything crazy. So yeah. Yeah, and work was a little wonky. I did wind up like working out before I went to work on Tuesday, because again we were having those same issues. But yeah. And then, like I said, Monday night just did, just hung out really. So yeah, I did have a few questions, and y'all have been pretty good about just writing in the comments when I ask questions. But um, a couple of things, and I'll probably think of more as I go. But I have tried to zoom in on my planner a lot more when I'm planning. Um, so that y'all get a closer look. But do you like this where I'm having to shift the planner around more, or do y'all like more when it's just you see the whole planner but things are just a little bit smaller? Because when I look at my stuff, I don't really go back and watch my stuff, which may be a bad thing, but I don't. I just pretty much post it and then it does what it does, right? um, but I see everything on my phone screen because I do everything on my phone. And so everything looks small to me if it's not more zoomed in. Maybe I'm old, I don't know. Um, so just let me know, like, do you like it when I zoom in and I just wind up shifting the planner around and then do the zoom out and zoom in at the very end of the video? Or are you more of like, no, I want to see all of the planner all the time, no matter what? Just let me know below. So, all right. So, Department Q, not as good as The Pit, which, granted, my husband says that they're not even the same genre. I agree. They're not. You know, one's detective based, and then The Pit, obviously, is emergency department, cool doctor stuff, right? But when I say it's not as good as The Pit, I mean like I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that I would make myself stay up all night and finish. So, but it was good. I really enjoyed the overall like storyline of Department Q. So if you're looking for something, you know, to add to your to be watched list or anything like that, definitely give Department Q a try. And if you haven't watched The Pit, you should absolutely, as long as you don't mind, you know, actual emergency department stuff. You know. So yeah. Anyway, I did work a little bit on Wednesday, and got a few things done, but then, that's when they told us to leave pretty early on Wednesday, because of all of the different issues. Again, not on our end, so that's always good, but either way, we still couldn't really do anything at work, which was annoying. But then my husband, as I was leaving, and I was like, "Hey, I can't be at work now." He's like, "Oh, cool. I'm driving in to do some errands anyway." And so I just met up with him, and I went and did some errands with him, which is always fun. So we're like that weird couple, like we like to do everything together. Probably low key annoying, but we don't care. And so, I mean, yeah, we're besties. So we went and did all of our I went with him to do errands. I just met with him, and we did his errands, and then we both wanted to get a workout in, and he, bless his heart, has never played racquetball before. And so we went to the gym, and he got to see what racquetball was all about. The good news is he survived, and the better news is that I'm definitely better at racquetball than him. We have no clue what the rules are. But I can, yeah, bless his heart. I love him. But we both enjoyed it quite a bit, and so we are actually going to try and make that like a weekly thing now, which is pretty neat. I always like, you know, being able to do things with him and stuff. And so that's pretty fun. We had a bunch of laughs playing racquetball. And then after that, we went to this southern eatery called Yum Yum. If you are in the Lawton area in Oklahoma, Yum Yum is very, very good if you're wanting some good soul food. I had the best pork chop I've ever had. So I'm 31. I've lived in the South all of my life. Best pork chop, fried pork chop that I have ever had. And even if you don't like pork chops, you should still try this pork chop. Like, the breading was phenomenal, and just wonderful. 10 out of 10. So yeah, really good. The mac and cheese was good, but the pork chop was the winner of the entire plate. And then I came home and I was boring and I just had some me time. I knew I didn't have to get up early, and so I stayed up a lot later. So I had a little bit of me time, knitting, journaling, and then I relaxed after I had my call with my mom. So if you're new here, then you may not know, but that pink line that I draw for 8 p.m. Is actually to designate that 8 p.m. Every day I call my mom and chat with her. And so that's why there's that pink line. So after that, I just relaxed, and me and Kelvin watched Department Q, and we were thoroughly enjoying it. I can't remember if we finished it on Wednesday or if we finished it on Thursday, but it was a blast. So yeah. And then I just was loving the way that doing the little brown squiggles looked with that Tombow, and so I went ahead and did that several times throughout this spread. I think it turned out pretty decent. So yeah. So for y'all, what TV shows are y'all currently watching? Or if you're like me and you don't watch a whole lot of TV, I'm definitely a YouTube girl. What creators are you following? For YouTube, my people that I'm watching, so mostly is absolutely the Coffee Monsters Co. But also I like Christina Loves a Plan, Time with Tata, Seaweed Kisses. I like all of those different creators here on YouTube. I've also currently, I've fallen into a little rabbit hole of watching vlogs for PA school. So since I'm looking at hopefully going in a couple of years after I get my prereqs and everything, so I've been doing that. And Crochet Object, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I've definitely been enjoying her content as well. So yeah, let me know what creators y'all like. I really like finding new creators and getting to binge their content. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Wednesday, it was honestly probably the best day of the week, or pretty close to it. No, wait, not Wednesday. Goodness. Thursday, because I woke up early. I woke up earlier than KB, and so I got my iced coffee and I decided to walk on the walking pad and knit, and it was so refreshing to get to do that low impact, words are hard, low impact activity early in the morning. So like I got my activity in, I got some knitting. It was quiet. It was wonderful because the dogs were all pretty much with my husband in bed. So it was really nice and refreshing. And by the time I got done with my little walk and knit, which yes, I do knit while I'm on the treadmill. Is it safe? No. Have I learned my lesson yet? No. And hopefully I never learn my lesson. But yeah, it was nice because as soon as I finished, KB got up and we got to have coffee on the couch together and just relax and talk to each other, which we love. Anytime we get to just sit together and have coffee and not have any distractions or anything and just chat, it's always a good time. So, but yeah. And after that, I was really wanting to get some things done. I was going stir crazy a little bit. And so we took some giveaway to the thrift store. And then we went to this little place in Duncan called The Gardens. And it is the most wonderful eatery that I can think of. Like, they do their best to source from local farmers and growers and stuff like that to make these really, really good like cafe style meals. And they're things that you wouldn't get usually from, other cafes. And so that's pretty cool. Like, I got the what was it? It was a panini. It was a ham and goat cheese panini. And it's wonderful. It's a great taste combo, and yeah, 10 out of 10 on that one. After that, we picked up our sourdough starter. So today is Saturday when I am doing this voiceover, and we actually made our first 2 loaves today. It is so good. I'm gonna have to do a lot more exercise probably to keep up with myself, but so good. So good. And then we came home and we just watched the last bit of Department Q, actually, and it was really good. It had some heavy topics, and the bad guy, once you figure out who it is and stuff, it was low-key a little scary, like the killer that nobody wants to run into type deal, because he just, yeah. But the actor that played the young killer needs a Grammy. It was, I mean, me and KB were talking about it quite a bit about how good the young actor that was played the bad guy was, or played the bad guy when he was a kid. So yeah. Oh, and on Thursday, I got a little planter thing. It's like a 3-tier planter. And so me and Kelv went and spent the evening, like maybe 15-20 minutes, getting it ready and planting plants in it. So I'm super excited to see if those actually come up. Here where we live, the crickets the grasshoppers are awful. And so if you have any idea how to get rid of grasshoppers, please let me know, because I have no idea how to even handle that. Where I grew up, they weren't an issue. But where I'm at now in Oklahoma, they are atrocious. Like, I had to bring my bay leaf plant in. I can't trust any of my, like, really precious plants out there at all. Like, it's rough. So, if you have any ideas how to take care of that, please let me know. Friday was kind of a relax-ish morning, and then I did quite a bit of yard work. So my husband's family is coming in next week briefly, before we go for a wedding. And so we need to get a lot of things done. So did some yard work. And then at 3 p.m., I got a doctor's appointment. I was really happy to get that, because come August 31st, won't really have any eye insurance or vision insurance because, job's going away, all that jazz. So I was so happy when my eye doctor was like, yeah, we can get you in on Friday at 3. So it was good. I was very appreciative. And then I came home and we had a date night. It was really good. We went to this place called the Cotton Blossom Winery. I had my first ever wine flight, which was really good. It's just where they give you little tastes, or testers, I guess, of different wines, and that was good. And then we had some tacos from a taco truck, and my husband talked me into going to a movie theater because that's his guilty pleasure. And of course, it wasn't a rom-com for date night. Oh, no, no, no. It was Jurassic World, the new one. It wasn't too bad, but all of them kind of are just the same. Like, it's the same formula for all of them. Like, you have the kids, then you have the really super duper smart scientist, and then somehow they get lured or stranded on this island, and then the dinosaurs eat half of them. Oh, and don't forget, the really, really bad guy that everybody's rooting to get eaten always gets eaten. Every time. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is I tapped into a little bit of my artsy fartsiness, I guess. And I decided I wanted to draw a ball of yarn for my time knitting on Friday morning. And so that's what I did. It is not perfect, but I did better than I thought I would. I kind of followed Helen from Coffee Monster Co.'s formula of, here, let me just draw the blob and then I'll fill in the details after I draw the rough shape and color. Obviously her stuff turns out way better than mine, but that's what I did here. I just drew the little circle to make the yarn and then drew in the detail. So, and then on Friday also, I got confirmation and things should be worked out pretty well for work next week. So yay, I get to go back to work. So no more stir craziness, I hope. Yeah, I'm definitely somebody who needs a job to do of some sort because yeah. I can't stay home and knit all day, unfortunately. So I was happy to hear I'd get to go back to work. And then Saturday, which is today, we were supposed to do fencing, but when we got up, neither of us were in the mood to fence. And so we decided we would move that to Sunday and make it a future us problem. And so we went into town. We had a few things that we needed to get for the wedding. I also needed more soap from the farmer's market. And so we went to the farmer's market and I got my soap. And then we went and did a ton of shopping and visited different things. I was very proud of my husband. He was a very good sport. So he just heard me say that, turned around and smiled. But anyway, yeah, I was very happy. It was a fun time. I definitely don't think I'll need to go shopping for a while though, because We went and saw all the things at the stores, so I feel like I need to give it all a month or two to reset and get new stuff in. And then when I got home, my Hooks and Needles subscription came in, which is like a little knitting subscription, which I'm pretty stoked about. I've been working on it all night. It actually looks like the pattern, so I'm kind of proud of myself a little bit. We'll see if it continues that way. But yeah, I think I only messed up one time, but it actually looks like it belongs there, so we're keeping it. Anyway, so this is my planner. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that y'all had a really good week. I hope y'all are getting the rest you need and are taking care of yourselves. And thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.